Okay, we start the training for the chromatography CD system. First, we impose the password and the login. Then we will see the interface of control. The top is the control bar, include the instrument, control, method edit, evaluation, report, instrument configuration, system setting, user management, database, audit trail. And then it's the control of the project, method, and evaluation. The first step, we need to set a new project. For example, we set it by the date today. And then we will see the new project by the date. Okay, for the open project, we can open any one of the project you have opened. Because I have set some figure in the system, so I open the default. After I open the project, so the instrument control bar is controllable. You can see I can click any one of it. We start from the first one, instrument control. Click it. Now we are in the instrument control interface. You can see the control bar has been changed. We have the connect, disconnect, run, put, continue, hold, next breakpoint, stop, manual control, sequence, lock, data run, and so on. This is the control area for the method. This is the curve showing. This is the system run login. This is the system flow path control. First, we click the connect, and we will see the self-checking of the search interface. The system will start self-detecting and make sure each part of the system is good. After that, it can pass the self-checking and to prove the system is ready to work. How to control the system? The simplest way is to control in the system loop. For example, if I need to give the system a flow rate, I can click on the pump. But then there will be a window to shoot. So I give the system a flow rate for 25 minutes, and I click set the flow rate. So here I need to insert name and the sample name of it. Confirm. So the system will have a flow rate of 25 as I set it. But please note the 25 flow rate is by the system total flow rate. It's the flow rate pump A plus pump B. For example, if I click on the pump B, here shows the system flow rate is 25. If I set the percentage of B is 50, and I set it. So it will be 50% A plus 50% B. Together, the total flow rate is 25. Besides that, I can also change the position of the inlet valve A, inlet valve B. I can switch from A1 to A2 by clicking. You can also switch the inlet feed from B1 to B2. It's the same. And then this part is to control the injection rate. I click it, I will find the menu of manual load, inject, waste, sample waste, directly inject, and sample load. If I click on the sample flow, I can set the sample pump flow rate here. And I can also switch the sample valve from the buffer to the sample one. Here is the column valve. In the column valve, I can control the flow rate from downflow to upflow, and I can also control the column from bypass and online. And here it shows the UV detector, the conductivity detector, the pH detector. And the red one is for the pH valve. If the system equipped with the pH valve, I can control the pH sensor, bypass, or control the pH sensor and the restrictor online. And only the pH online and only the restrictor online. This one is for the outlet valve. I can control the flow path going to the west port or to the out 1 or 2 to out 9. So we do a small demo for the team purification, like the ion exchange or anything else. First, we set the system flow rate to 0. We start from the beginning. Okay. First, we prepare the column and connect to the system web. Okay, the first thing I need to do is to do the calibration of the column. First, we need to do is to connect the column to the system. And the first step of the full demo is to do the calibration of the column. Okay, how to do the calibration? We need to prepare the calibration buffer and connect it to the system. For example, we connect the calibration buffer in the A1. So I switch the inlet valve to A1, and then I build the whole system buffer, and then I give the whole system flow rate and let the calibration buffer to flush the column. Okay. So as I said, the calibration buffer is connected in A1, so I give it a flow rate as 10 ml per minute and set it. For setting, as you can see, the flow path is from A1 to the bypass the ejection valve, and then going to the end. The flow rate have not going through the column, so I need to set the column online. So I click it and choose the column and to choose the downflow and set the position. So you can see the flow path is from A1, which is the equilibration buffer with flow rate 10 ml per minute and going to the column and then go to the end, go to the waste. Okay. Usually after 3 to 5 column well volume, we call it CV, and the column is ready. Then we need to do the injection of the sample to the column. Okay. At the same time, we stop the system flow. Then I need to use the syringe to inject the sample to the sample ring. Usually the volume of the syringe sample usually is 1.5 or 2 times of the sample ring. So I put the syringe, the inject port of the injector valve, and I push all the sample into the port and make sure the sample ring is full filled with the sample. And then I collect the sample, the injection valve, and link to the injector. So as you can see, now the sample ring is online. And then I give it fluid. Static. So the buffer A1 will keeping push the sample in the sample ring and go into the column. So the column within will catch the sample with its capacity. The rest we can collect on the outlet one to save the sample. Okay, after the sample application, and the next step is for the elution. For example, if first we need to set the flow rate to 0. For example, if the elution buffer is a 50% buffer A2 and 50% of buffer B2. So here I can first I choose the let valve A to the A2 and give the 50% set it. And then I need to bypass the sampling, which is to the manual load. And the flow rate, you can see without A2 into bypass the injection valve and directly to the column here. How to do it. After setting the flow path in the system approach. So you can see the flow path is 50% A2, 50% B2 going together. The total flow rate is 10 ml per minute. Going to the column with the elution. and it will collect in the by this setting, it will collect in the outlet too. Okay, this is a quite simple demo for the presentation. We end it. Simple demo by the sample ring injection. How about if we need to use the sample pump unit to do the injection? Okay, actually it's the same. First, we need to select the injection valve to the direct inject. We can see the flow path. So the flow path is directly connected to the column. And then I select the column 1 to the column 1, set the position. Okay, we can see the flow path is from the sample pump unit, and connect to the column, and then connect to the plate valve 1. Okay, for example, now I connect the sample bottle in the S1. So I give it a speed like 10. Good. Okay, so the sample is going to the column directly, and then collected by the outlet. Okay, the other operation will be the same. I mean, after I finish the injection, I stop the sample pump, and then I switch the injection back going to the manual load, and then I will also give the dilution buffer like the 50-50. And then he will flow it. For example, like 10 specific. So here is also a dilution. Yeah, I collect it in the outlet too. Okay, the only difference is one, I'm using the sample ring to do the sample injection. Another is I use the sample pump unit to do the sample load. There's no other difference. So after the few minutes running, you will see a lot of figures and curves showing on this window. Here we can select which window to need to shoot by the right click. Okay, I right click it. First, the menu is for the maximum. If I click it, so the curve drawing will be the maximum shoot area. The second one is for resetting the zone. Before I change it, I need to reset it. So I right click and select the reset the zone. If not, first view. Okay, and then it is for the grid and feature curves. I can choose which curve I want to show in the drawing. And I can also choose all the curves, and I can choose the time volume and column volume as a unit here. Yes. And it can also customize, which I can define which line the color. Then I can also choose here which to display. Okay, here is for the run log of the system. It will record each step I have operated in this system. It's a requirement by the CFR level. And here it can also choose the alerts and errors which happen in the system. Okay. Here we can see there's a manual control. If I click this, we will see a window. In this window, I can control everything which I have done in the flow path. No, the flow path control is more directly, but the control in the windows, manual control in the windows is more detailed. We can control the pressure flow, system flow, sample flow, gradient, pump wash, and the flow path, the monitor, the flashing collector, the alarm of the whole system, some of the advanced setting and some of the timeless setting controlled by the window. Okay. We finished. Okay. We finished the introduction of the manual control of the system.